Starting this one with opening the program, you will find the first line is the presets. You can choose one from this presets and add your modification, changing with the background, the reflection, the alignment. You will find it at these panels. You can add new reflection for this one, just mark on reflection and then add modification for its distance. Decrease the distance or increase the distance for the reflection itself. After that you can add fade. Fade is how much is the reflection presented. It's the opacity of the reflection itself. After changing the reflection, you can choose different presets. You will apply modification for the text, you apply for the alignment. This alignment, if you have different word, align it horizontal, vertical, align the depth. If you have different words, different lines. Also, you can adjust its place. Place is arrangement. Distribute vertical, horizontal. Double click to apply edit on the text. Just delete the text and add your own. Double click and type in your text. I will type this work several lines. I will just need an example to add modification for the text. To choose the tool of alignment, apply OK. I will choose decreasing the depth slight bit, light here. Change the font also. You can change the font to make it much more easier for modification. After changing the font, you can then apply modification for the alignment. I will draw it like this, put here, down here, like this. Then alignment the depths, alignment, it's if you have different words, different lines. I have only one line, so it will be distribute and depth, distribute width like this. You apply new text, double click to add modification, to type your own. I will just an example to add modification. I want just using this tool. When you apply your text, hit in OK, then change its depth, size and movement. Then I will choose both letters and alignment. Alignment horizontal will allow it to align in the same line, or vertical on the same height, or in depth. Some texts are in front of each other. Sometimes you want to align them at these lines. Then you apply the bevel. Bevel also can get from this panel. It has different panel to change the bevel. Just for knowing, you can know them and choose any easy one. You can apply this bevel, this one for the text, or heading to the right panel of the bevel to apply your changes and modification. I will apply this one, heading to the bevel. You can edit bevel for the shape and also for the text, this panel or this panel. And then you can choose the color after that. If you choose this panel, it's applied for the shape. If you have a shape, you can choose this. Any text will not be affected. If you want to affect the text, just choose the text in the bevel menu. If you want to change the bevel itself, this menu, this tool. Change the bevel of the text, the border of the text. And if you have a shape, you can apply different edit for the bevel, including shape and the text from this menu on the right. You can choose different bevel, and in this one you can choose this tool for applying edit for the text. this different bevel, and this here. If I dealing with the text, I will choose text and apply the same bevel as it will be for the shape. Then apply your color for the bevel. I will choose this one and change it this one. You will apply any changes for the color of the bevel separately from the color of the whole text. Then I will choose texture, the reflection of the texture. This one is outline of the color. Also the same panel applies the same movement, same changes you added from the right side menu. You can choose to add from the right menu or the left menu or the top menu. Choose whatever that you like. Just apply the modification you want. I will choose this color and apply edits and modification. You can move it, scale it down a little, left, right, up, grab it and drag it. Just use the movement. Move this, hitting play button. You will see the movement of the shape. The movement you played and added a keyframe. If you want to change this position, just add a new keyframe at the place you want to add it. I will grab this, move it, change the font. After changing the font, you can double click, you can delete this and type in your own text. I will type tutorial 5, hitting OK, and then apply new color. I will change the color of the text to this one. Let's see, I will choose this color. This for the whole text. If I want to change the bevel, I will head to the panel of the text outline. I will just change to this color, this one, and hidden at the keyframe. Adding new keyframe will save it at this. If you want to save it at the second 12. If you change the color at the second, just move to any second you want to add a new keyframe at it and adding a new color and then applying a new keyframe. Just press add new keyframe at the point you want to save. You can apply your movement, your changes, and after making your changes, just press on the plus button, green plus button. You can also move to the shape menu to change the position in a linear movement. If I want to change the scale from this menu, change a linear movement just in the numbers. You can use the lines, the arrows red and blue and green to do the same movement and rotation. I will move and scale it from here, this menu. Do the same movement as you do it from the lines. You can apply the movement and adjustment for the shape. If you type a text inside of a shape, you can use the first line to apply modification for the size of the shape that contains the text inside. Also, you can move and change the depth from these panels. It's a shortcut for the panels on the right side. You will have different panels at different places doing the same job. I will rotate it from this panel. You can increase and decrease the depth from this panel or just drag it and grab it. Just move it to position and apply modification from any panels. You can also add a new reflection or remove the reflection. Then hitting plus button, then I added a new keyframe at this position. It will start to move from the position you added at the 0 point. Then it will move to the end point where you added a new keyframe at the second 12. Then you can add the changes for the modification. Adding a new keyframe will be presented in the red line. Red marks on the timeline represent each keyframe you've added. And if I want to change like this one here, you can use arrows in a keyboard to change the position. I will change it to, let's say, the left side and will be hide it completely at the second 8. And if I want to be presented at the second line, I will add a new keyframe at the new point at the second line. Then at this second, we will represent the keyframe. Each red line represents a keyframe at that point, that it will move at that point. You have a dimension. And if I want to delete it, just press on the red minus. Red minus deletes the keyframe. It will not move to that point. It will be deleted. You can see its movement according to the red marks on the timeline. Any word, any text you just select, it will represent each keyframes on the timeline. You can move it and you will find only two keyframes at the second 0 and the second 12. Any text you select, automatically it will represent its keyframe on the timeline as red lines. Any red line on a timeline represent a new keyframe. If you change this color, like this one, I will change the bevel, text outline, increase the depth, decrease it. That's for all, and save it. After training, you can quickly use any tool that's gonna show up in front of you. Use imagination in a project. Think about it in some different way in your daily life.